Hi everyone, so today we are moving on to the fourth of the 7 essentials, healthy friendships. I put out the verse and a question on Instagram and sent it to your parents on Thursday, so hopefully you've had a chance to look at those, but if not I'll read the verse. And if you could be thinking about the question, which was, are you establishing healthy friendships and avoiding unhealthy ones? Just have a think about that as we go through and have a look what the Bible says a good friend is. So we're going to have a look at a few verses from Proverbs and then a few from the New Testament as well, just to see a few of the qualities the Bible says a friend should have. My mum used to have a magnet that said, friends... Mum, what did your magnet used to say? Magnet that said, friends are the family that you choose for yourself, which is very cringy, but true. They are, like when you're young, when you're growing up, you learn everything from your parents, and they're the people that have the most influence on you. But as you grow up, you get the chance to make friends for yourself and to choose who you want to be friends with carefully, and who you want to be relying on. The Bible says a friend should have. So yeah, first we're going to look at the verse that was out on Instagram, Proverbs 13 verse 20. That one says, "He who walks with the wise grows wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm." So I think this verse really now can relate to peer pressure. So who your friends are, who you're hanging out with, what they're doing goes on to what you're doing. So often with peer pressure, it's not even just your friends saying, oh, do this, but even just your friends doing that and you not wanting to feel left out. I am so bad at feeling left out of everything, and I'm just like, oh yeah, but everyone else is doing this. But like, even if my friends aren't trying to pressure me into doing it, I feel the pressure to do it. And I think that's difficult for us as Christians. It's so normal to do in society that we have to say no to quite a lot. And so if you walk with the wise, you'll grow wise. So if you're hanging out with people who are doing what you really do want to do, and if all the other people that are saying no to these worldly things, then it makes it easier for you to do that. Obviously, I'm not saying don't be friends with non-Christians, because that's inevitable, and we all have non-Christian friends, but just to be wary about who you are friends with, because like we said, friends do rub off on us, and the qualities that we value as Christians can often be different to the qualities that non-Christians value. But yeah. So our next verse is one from the New Testament, 1 Corinthians 15 verse 33. That one says, do not be misled, bad company corrupts good character. So I think that's very similar to the one that we've just been talking about, with the peer pressure as well. So yeah, Gwen, you're distracting me. Look how cute she is. Yeah, similar to Proverbs 13 verse 20 of how you should surround yourself with people that you want to be like, and that you want to learn from and grow with. And yeah, so the final verse is 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 11. And that one says, therefore encourage one another and build each other up. So that one is pretty explanatory as well. But yeah, so you want a friend who's an encourager, who will be there. One more verse I wanted to have a look at, which is Proverbs 18 verse 24. That one says, a man of many companions may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. So I really like that one because it's about loyalty. So sometimes if I don't really know what a verse is saying, I'll read it in the international. I normally read the NIV, but I read it in the International Children's Bible if I'm on my phone, just to have it simplified a little bit, and then I go back to reading the NIV. And then International Children's Bible, it says, some friends may ruin you, but a real friend will be more loyal than a brother. So I think that word loyal just like clarifies it a little bit for me. Yeah, and I think it's important that we don't forget that no one can have all of these qualities perfectly, and no one's gonna always be doing all these things and be the perfect friend, other than the one who is closer than a brother, Jesus. So yeah. So what do you reckon? Do you have friends who are wise and are good for you, or do you have foolish friends who are bad for you, or some of each? So these are just a few qualities of how to pick a friend. I'm not saying that if you've got friends who don't just have all of these qualities, just to get rid of them and not speak to them, but just to have a think about it when you're spending time with them, and also making sure that you are displaying those characteristics that we've had a look at, and that you are being a good friend. I've had a think about it since, like, while I was planning this, about whether how good a friend I'm being at points, and it's just good to have a think about it every now and again. So I hope this has been helpful in having a think about what you're like and what your friends are like, and yeah, hope you all have a great week, and let us know if you want to talk about any of this. Give us a message on the Instagram, or comment on the YouTube video. Yeah.